And at any point, you could be having the best day or the worst day. You open your notifications, boom, you got an ugly chin. And you're like, oh my gosh, my chin. No one is forcing you to have a YouTube channel, right? Who says any of us are really cut out to be a social media personality? As with any profession, there are potential downsides to being a YouTube creator. There's income instability, whether we're talking monetization or even selling your soul for sponsorships or begging people to buy your merch that probably isn't that great. Maybe there's a toxic community out there that's come to attack you. Maybe you have accidentally built a toxic community and now you don't even know it, but you've like radicalized people. Have you ever heard a YouTuber have to say, hey guys, please don't go harass any of these people? Yeah, that's because they know their community is toxic. There's copyright issues. You could get like legally sued, okay? Sued, legal action from like a huge company like Sony or something can come after you for some little video you made. Or if you actually take the time to build your channel and then you post the wrong thing, you could get demonetized or removed from the platform. Or what's it called? You could get deplatformed. You have to be super careful not to upset people. But beyond the people out there, there's the people watching your channel. The regular Joes and Sally Sues who decide they don't like what you just said. And maybe they're going to talk about your face for it. Or they don't like the whole topic that you're doing. So they're going to call you an ist. You know the ists. Some sort of ist or ism. You know what I'm talking about. I gotta be real. It's the criticism that really scares me. Being a public figure, it opens you up to dealing with feedback. Negative feedback most of the time from people out in the world. That's kind of the way the internet works. You choose to put yourself out there. Well, now you are at the mercy of any person who finds you anywhere in the world, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's not just like, oh, hey, this video, I don't agree. It's like, you're ugly. You have a terrible personality. You look like a giant fart from the butt of a lesser god. And I mean, I don't know how many of you have had to deal with that, but it's just not something that you want to wake up to, go to sleep to, pretty much anytime, anywhere, someone can leave a comment like that. And at any point, you could be having the best day or the worst day. You open your notifications, boom, you got an ugly chin. And you're like, oh my gosh, my chin. So there are creators that face criticism for their personality. Like, what do you change your personality? Or, what are you supposed to do? Now, the thing is, I know all this stuff. I joined YouTube in like 2006 or 2007. I think back then I really did want to have my own YouTube channel at some point. And off and on since then, and since like my teenage years, I've watched YouTube, and I even started a YouTube channel for my business like 6 years ago. And it's doing pretty well, but it's not like a real YouTube channel, It's kind of just like a business channel. It's just like a platform for my business. It's not the same as being a real YouTuber. So last year when I created my first video and took hours and hours and nobody watched, it was kind of like, I don't know, relief a little bit. What is YouTube going to promote me? My very first video with no views, no subscribers, like I'm Mr. Beast or something? No, that'd be dumb. Why would YouTube waste their money? But then I created my second video. It was inspired by a YouTuber I'd found who'd introduced me to the incredibly talented Iam Tongi. I was fascinated by this dude and his story and all the men putting their pride to the side, crying their eyes out, just like, whatever, I'm gonna cry all over the internet. They weren't worried about criticism. What could this kid really possibly have that would make these people just say, I'm gonna be real and raw, in this reaction that I'm giving? So I went on my typical ADHD-inspired Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole adventure, and I learned the entire history of Hawaii, in like 3 days. I was so excited. I created a video. It didn't even really go with the idea that I had for my channel, but I was just like, dude, can you guys see this? This is amazing. Now, I was most excited that I would be using the respectful term Hawaii. That is something on my channel that I really want to do, is like teach people stuff about how to be more kind and more loving and empathetic and appreciative to others. So being able to be like, hey, did you know actually the right way to say it is Hawaii? I thought I was going to get so many props, but after my video posted, I realized that Hawaiian? Yeah, that's not a thing. That's not the right word. It's a fake word. I made it up myself. Yeah, it's Hawaii is the location. And then I guess the term Hawaiian is something that like people that aren't from there would use to call people from Hawaii, like as a group. So yeah, it's like an American word, if anything. And so I was completely ashamed because I didn't just say it one time. I didn't say it a few times. I said it 78 times in a 20-minute video. I didn't realize that when I made the video, it would share the clips I used with the original content creator. In this case, it was a guy by the name of Errol? I don't know exactly how to say it. I think it's Errol Steadfast. Anyways, y'all would know him as the World Upside right here on YouTube. And so a couple days later, I wake up and I saw he did a reaction to my little documentary. My video had taken off overnight. And now 50,000 people had to listen to me say Hawaiian 78 frickin' times. Honestly, most of the people who corrected me were actually pretty nice and understanding. And my passion project, my passion for the subject, it was actually appreciated. That was pretty cool. But one person stood out. Let me introduce you to Rachel Lycles 5602. Wow, she used your content as the opener for her dialogue? She's hard to listen to. Who is she? Hard to listen to? Hard to listen to? Who am I? Anyways, I tried to apologize, but he never responded. And I thought this guy was gonna have my video deleted. So I waited and I waited, but nothing ever came. But it didn't matter. Thanks to Rachel Lycles 5602, I was completely gutted. I felt like crap. I did. I felt like crap. And you wanna know the craziest part? People used to ask me if I was in radio. People love my voices and my impressions. My first video on the channel, the one I just mentioned, it included me doing like almost 100 different voices making fun of people on Reddit. I have a voice that can do a lot of things, and I actually chose my documentary presenter voice for the EM video because I really wanted to show that respect to the people who have the spirit of aloha. But none of that really came through. All I could hear is Hawaiian and this lady's voice echoing in my head. Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? If I'm being real with you, I spent the summer months just completely avoiding the channel. I didn't even log in to check on it. And then in the fall months, I pretty much told myself it was stupid to even bother having a channel. And in the winter months, I started thinking about, well, if I did make a channel, I could maybe at least stay anonymous. Maybe people wouldn't make fun of my face. But then I realized that eventually, if I ever did show my face, that something could happen like it happened with that guy that showed his face after years of having his channel, and then everyone was like, ew, that's what you look like? And they were like, ew, I'm out of here. So I pretty much just lost all my courage. I spent months talking myself out of it. But this spring it hit me. I'm old now. I don't have much time left. Why would I waste my time on the people who don't like my stuff when there could be some people out there who do? Even though none of us should have a YouTube channel and none of us are cut out for running our own multimedia conglomerate for pennies on the dollar, I'm not going to let the Rachels of the world stop me from living. Are you? Okay, maybe new videos out every Wednesday or Saturday. I don't know. I'm not really sure just yet. Hopefully. Maybe. Probably. But I'm gonna try to maybe entertain you guys a little bit later. Okay, love you, bye. Who is she? Okay, bye.